Alright, y'all, what's going down? So, today I just wanted to jump on here and talk about a few things, actually. The first thing I wanted to talk about was starting a fitness journey. Or maybe, yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about starting a fitness journey. So, and I'll start with myself. So, um, throughout my life, I've been fit and unfit numerous times. I played sports as a kid. I always liked being competitive. I played basketball. I did karate. I did ballet. I did tap. I did ROTC. And then ROTC, I did arm drill team. So I spun a 12-pound rifle, which was fun. I missed that. I'm gonna buy another rifle. Yeah. So there. I was in band too, but yeah. In high school, I was in core style band, which that's the Hawaii 5-0 band. Yeah, the corny stuff. So I don't really count that as being. I mean, you stand in the hot sun, but you don't really. It's not really exercise. You just sweating because it's hot, because you're in the south. Because if you live in the north, it doesn't get that hot, so you probably don't sweat at all. So I won't count that as, you know, things that cause you to actually exercise, but all the rest of the stuff did. ROTC, you got PT, which is physical training and all that stuff, and you also have mosquitoes. You also have of course basketball and those type of sports, a lot of running, a lot of stuff like that. So, when I was younger, I did stay pretty active, but I'll be honest and say I just relied on youth to kind of keep me fit per se. Um, but I still wasn't a little kid. I've never been skinny. To be honest with you, I never wanted to be skinny. Um, it's just not in my genetics really to be skinny, but there were times definitely when I was overweight. Um, Once I went to college, I got into band in college, and HBCU bands are very taxing on the body. And I wasn't that big when I got in the band. I actually liked the size that I was. My fitness level wasn't the greatest, but it got improved quite a bit because the running, the exercise, the marching, the sweating, the heat, the hot uniforms, all of that, dancing, playing, all that stuff, practice constantly. I mean, it's proof. There were several people that came to the band, 300 plus pounds. Within a few months, they had lost over 100 pounds. Especially in the killing part is some of them people came from show style bands in high school. That lets you know how much of a step up college band can be. I won't say it always is, but can be. So that said, the years I was in the band, I kind of just ate what I wanted. I just kind of did what I wanted. I didn't really do any exercise or anything outside of the band. Um, Nothing like that. So, my last year of college, I wasn't in the band. Uh, Long story short, I changed my major. I was in college for 5 years instead of 4. My 5th year, I was not in the band. I concentrated on schoolwork and getting out of school. So, that being said, I wasn't burning the amount of calories that I had been burning before. I wasn't doing the amount of exercise and stuff that I had been doing, but I still was eating trash. As a matter of fact, I was eating worse. Um, and so that's the period of my life when I gained a fair amount of weight, and then I started working out in college toward the end. I mean, I had gone and worked out before, but not consistently. But I started working out consistently probably my last 6 months of college. And then after that, I just continued. And that was cool. But then I forget what happened. I fell off the wagon again. Stopped working out. Started back eating trash again. Um just a lot of different things. And I blamed it on, oh, I don't have time for the gym. I'll do it tomorrow. Just all these little stupid things that you say to yourself. Um, Procrastinating, putting stuff off. And then, let's see, fast forward a little bit. My mom died. So she died fairly young. My mom was 55. But 3 or 4 years before she died, I could just tell that she was very unhealthy. My mom's always been physically the strongest woman. Her and my great-grandmother. Like, I used to look at them do stuff and be like, why can't you lift that couch by yourself with one arm? Genetically, and I didn't understand that as a little kid. I didn't know about genetics and all that kind of stuff. But I have a biology degree from college, so you have to take so many hours of genetics in college to even get your degree. So after learning more about genetics and all these different things, that's when I realized genetically, I guess they had a predisposition for strength without even trying, really. I mean, like my mom she didn't work out. I mean, she didn't, purposely. She just did normal things, just like my great-grandmother. My great-grandmother didn't work out, but she farmed for a living. So there's a lot of things that you need to do, lifting, stuff like that. Just functional strength type things. And well into her 80s and 90s, she still was very strong. And my mom was the same way until I noticed later on in her life she was losing. I'm like, Mom, you've never been this weak a day in your life. Like, my mom was always the one, don't cut up in the stove. Because if she hit you, and my mom, she didn't like try to hit you softly. No. She tried to hit you with all of her might. And she didn't care if, she didn't care. You shouldn't have been cutting up. You know what I'm saying? And I was one of them kids like, okay, Mom hit me last time. And I was bruised for like a week. So I'm not going to do nothing else to get hit in the store. So, and when I saw her, just her strength start fading, I was like, what is going on? All the years of just like not doing a whole lot physically, because in the latter part of her life, she didn't do a lot physically, especially once I was grown. Not being as active, doing things physically, just all of that stuff just kind of took a toll on her health. And she was starting to have heart problems as well, because she died of a heart attack. So cardiovascular system completely, probably a wreck at this point. And I just watched just different things about her just start to change and stuff like that. And I tried to warn her, but she wasn't having it. She wasn't listening. So, but I remember vividly, 3 years before she died, I was like, I'm going to start taking my health seriously now. And I'm not going to deviate from it anymore. I don't care what I have to do. I'm going to make it a priority to stay healthy. And I'm going to tell you the difference between that time and all the other times. All the other times that I would like work out and stuff, I would see results and I'd be like, ooh, this nice. These jeans look real nice on me. What have you. Or, I'd like the way I would look. It was all superficial crap, pretty much. It wasn't until I made a mental shift and said, okay, this isn't about the way that I look. I mean, or if it is, that's not the main priority. That can be a secondary thing. My health has to come first. And if it's not healthy, I'm going to make a conscious effort to not do it. And at the time, I didn't know my mom was going to die. Like I said, this was 3 years before she died. And when she did die, and eventually I got the autopsy report back, and sure enough, you know, it was her heart. It failed. It gave up, quit. You know, that really took it home for me as far as it being concrete that the decision that I had made 3 years prior to start working out and taking my health seriously, that's what really put it in perspective for me. So why am I telling y'all all this? I'm telling y'all all this to say, if you're trying to be on a healthy path, or be on a journey towards health, fitness, what have you, strength, whatever it might be, whatever brought you to this video, you have to make a mental shift. You have to know why you're doing it, and if at all possible, it can't be superficial. Because if you, like, look at The Biggest Loser. At the end, what do they say? Oh, you look so much better. This is it. The looks come first. And then that's when they start talking about, oh, I feel better. They start saying that after they address the looks. But what happens to all them people? Later, they gain all that weight back, the vast majority of them. Over 80% of those people gain all that weight back. It's the same thing when you go and you get gastric bypass. And I'm not saying that people shouldn't get gastric bypass. There are some people that actually, that's what it's going to take for them. They need that. But what I'm saying is, before you go under the knife, make your mental shift. Because if you don't, look at all the people that get gastric bypass and they gain it all back. Look at all the people that get liposuction and they gain it all back. I'm just telling, they didn't make a conscious mental change. If you are where you are and you're in that position for whatever reason, and you're not really willing to make a mental change, and I'm going to be honest with you, a lot of people say, oh, well, just start with the little things. Well, I'm going to tell you something a little bit different, because I tried all that, start with the little things. No. You're going to have to make some drastic cuts. You're going to have to make some drastic cuts. If you have more of a propensity to lay around and not get up, you got to change that. If you have a propensity to lay in your bed all day, you have to change that. Y'all ever notice most of the time when I film on my side? It's because I'm up, I'm doing something. I make a conscious effort. I will never forget, there were times in college and after college when I was unhealthy, mentally, physically, emotionally, going through whatever, what have you. And I remember times I would stay in the bed. That's a sign of depression. I'm just here to tell you. That's one of the signs of depression. You just stay in the bed, stay in the bed, stay in the bed, stay in the bed, stay in the bed. That's not normal. Get up. Get up. And staying in the bed is only going to make it worse. It's only going to magnify the problem. Get up. Even if it's just to walk around the block, you'll be surprised at what some sunshine and vitamin D actually does for the body. And I'll get into videos later, because I think this channel is going to be where I actually use my biology degree, because I don't use it, well, I garden, but I don't really use my degree in day-to-day life, really. But, I don't know who that was. But I think this channel will be the way that I put that aspect of my life, you know, tie it into something. So we'll get into why, you know, actually getting restful sleep is important. Why actually, and I'm gonna be honest, maybe some of y'all ain't getting enough sleep for a variety of reasons. I'm gonna get into that in another video as well, because sleep plays into your fitness, your strength, all that too. The same with sunlight, right? You know, your body's not meant to stay in dark rooms all the time up under blue TV lights. That is a very unnatural light. Your body was designed to get natural sunlight. That's why I bought the house that I have that has 25 windows, because I'm very adamant about getting sunlight, because I remember vividly when I was in college staying in my dorm a lot, staying up under these fluorescent lights that are unnatural. It just ain't what it do. You're supposed to go outside. And if you can't go outside, you're supposed to get some sunlight. Open the window. You're supposed to do that. So, you know, all of these little things tie into things. But yeah, you gon' the little, I do a little here, a little, no. When you tired, keep going. For instance, if you walk around a block and you tired, go another half block and then come back home. You feel what I'm saying? Stop trying to do everything little, 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 little. You maybe ain't got enough time to do little. You might be running out of time. Ain't nobody got all the time in the world. You know what I'm saying? And the doing little here, little there, you, let's be honest, you probably did that before, and you probably been trying to, whether it's lose weight, get stronger, do that. You probably been trying to do that, but you keep, I'm just gonna do a little. No. Total shift, 180. Now, I'm not saying you're gonna hit the target every time. No, but when you set the goal high, it makes you work harder if you really want it. So, y'all take them words and think on them a little bit, and let that marinate or what have you. And man, we're gonna have fun on this channel, and it's gonna be more than just me showing my workouts. I'm still gonna show that, cause it's Saturday and I'm going to the gym tomorrow, and I'm down in my back and ain't worked out none this week, and I'm gonna do a video on that too, cause you're gonna have times when you hurt and you can't do what you need to do, and you know, some things shift, and we're gonna talk about how to push through those things too. So until next time, man, I'm gonna see you guys later.